Hello and welcome back to the Chatter Cave podcast with your very sleepy host, where we talk about, movies, TV, games,
yada yada.
Mainly reviews, but the occasional other discussion if you can think of something. I'm your host, Dranking Thomas Hughes. I have the lovely Hayden and Kayla with me, because today we are finishing off the Disney arc we've done, where we obviously started with zombies. Got through that trilogy, and then went into Descendants trilogy. So obviously we're in the final entry, which is obviously Descendants 3. And I'm going to say this, for the first time in a very long time, I'm going to be allowing directly to the point in terms of rating.
Okay.
I found the website ad before, which was I used to use when we used to do it, but I couldn't find it before. So basically, that's why I kind of went. You have to be direct, like, round it. But now I'm allowing, like, to say stuff like 7.4 or 8.7, like stuff like that. I'm allowing that because I found the web that helps me fucking get the actual average between this. So for the first time since God knows when, I think it probably was the old podcast. Yeah. I'm allowing to a direct point, not rounding, just because I feel like sometimes when you, a bit like with Miss Marvel, when we did that, where we spoke about the fact that, it's sort of probably like an 8.6, but we're forcing it to round it to 9. But obviously, it looks obviously like a 9 on. It's going to come out as a 9 overall, but realistically, we both agreed on the 8.6, so it wouldn't have actually been a 9. It would have been a silver instead of gold, because of rounding, it went to gold, even though we both agreed it was silver. But rounding, am I right, folks? So yeah, I'm gonna allow direct to the point.
Conveniently, when like James doesn't do anything, that's usually the one that goes. I'm gonna give it an 8.7.
It just makes sense to me, because then you can be direct. You'd have to, like, say if I gave something like an 8.7, I'd have to round it then to a 9. Cause if it's one of those things like, oh, it's good, but I don't personally really see it as a gold, so then I can get away with not rounding it up. Yeah, there's a lot more thought in this now, because you have to be to the exact point you want it at.
Okay.
But anyway, yes, Descendants 3, the final entry in the live-action Descendants ones, because they did do the really short animated follow-up where obviously Mal and Ben got married, which was a bit janky.
Yeah, but
we're not talking about that. We're talking about the movie, because it's obviously I don't know how long after the last one this is set.
Oh, I mean,
everyone's older again, so
yeah. Visually, it looks at least
it's set a day after, but everyone looks like 2 years older.
I think it's probably like a few months, maybe.
I mean, the last one was 2 months after, or 6 months after, or something like that.
Around that, I think 6 months.
Yeah, but it was like 2 years later it came out. So yeah. I'm guessing it's probably about the same amount of time again, like another 6 or so months.
Yeah, I'd say obviously there's enough time for like a lot of the relationships to develop more, but not enough time for them to already got to the point where they're ready to like all. Like I say, Evie, the whole point in this one is her like admitting that she does love Doug.
She's very hopefully she does not love that ponytail. Hopefully the scissors come out instantly.
It's like, I love you, Doug.
Snip.
Oh, because that looks ridiculous. Like, Doug as a character is more of a nerd. He's starting to become more of a hippie. Especially when he brought the guitar out.
And so it's got to be at least a couple of months just for the fact that his hair was not that length in the last one.
His hair grew.
And it's like really fucking long now, so it's got to be a good while now just to get the hair to that length. So it's going to be at least a couple of months. Anywhere between 6 months and a year, I reckon this one's set.
Around. Obviously, I mentioned how obviously it took a long time for them to be able to bring kids from the island back. Hold on. So, because you mentioned the size, it's been a while. We're finally here. Makes it seem like it's definitely been a big film. Obviously, at the end of the film, there was the invitation for Disney to come, but she never actually does come. I think
Until
obviously,
this.
I reckon there was still some more paperwork they had to do, and they're thinking, why don't we do like we bring more? The one we bring 4 more people, 4 more kids from the aisle, and we'll keep on doing that. Or do they?
But yeah, I'd definitely say it's very obviously similar in enjoyment to the last one, in my opinion. There's a lot of what made that good still present here. The catchy songs, the choreography, the updates to the outfits, because everyone's got like an update now.
Yeah,
to make it more practical for them for a lot of the battle moments.
Yeah. Also to like link in to more into their character. See like how Mal has a big her outfit goes from being the big purple and green to purple and hints of blue. I wonder why.
But yeah, there's always like slight updates. Obviously the other characters, obviously Harry, Gil, and obviously Uma have got their updated designs as well.
Yeah, I've got a few updated designs.
Especially Uma. Uma's heavily updated compared to before. Harry's obviously got a bit of an update. Obviously Gil's got a slight update. But obviously out of all of them, Uma's probably got the bigger one.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got your BKs, which are got quite a few updates.
Carlos and Jay's is like it's only a slight update, whereas Evie got quite a few different outfits.
Carlos in like a sort of leathery outfit now rather than.
He's always had some kind of leather outfit.
It looks like he's out of the Avengers there. Looks like he's got the white suit from Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, his is more like streamlined. It's more like fitting Oridon
It looks like they watched Avengers Endgame and went, we won that suit, but in leather.
Oh, yeah, and Eva's got quite a lot of different outfits.
Yeah, meant to Evie.
Evie, yeah. She's loads of different outfits in both in the second and the first film. Even Mao's got quite a few different outfits as well. She's got some more like that cool dress she has at the start.
The dragon on it.
Yeah, the dragon and all that. The whole scenery on the dress. They've all got their own little different new styles, new updates. Yeah, obviously, even their characters are all already have grown up a bit more as well. Obviously, Jane and Carlos are going for their relationship, and it's really cute. Because this film, it's Jane's birthday, the whole big birthday scene, and Carlos, obviously, he brought that cute little 3D printed like necklace with their names come together. Jarlos or Kane.
You don't like it, do you? You want Kane, don't you? I'll go redo it.
I'll go redo it. No, I love it. Oh, a lot of all the characters have grown up. It's a shame we don't really see Lonnie though. I've also seen if Lonnie and Jay had like.
Oh, Milan's daughter, yeah.
Yeah, they don't really.
She's not in it.
Show that she's not in this one, so they don't really do anything with that. It would have been nice to have these known.
So she goes out a bit, and obviously, what's her name comes back into it. Obviously, Sleeping Beauty's daughter.
Yes.
She comes back into
Audrey.
it, and then becomes the big villain of the film because
that's right.
she's a stuck-up biatch who
basically
is spoiled.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like Mal in the way, like obviously, Mal was corrupted by her mum. Audrey seems to be corrupted by her grandmother. Who obviously is still very bitter about Maleficent. So it's obviously with Mal becoming more good and more getting
everything that was meant to be Audrey's.
Basically, yeah, to become a queen.
It's like, oh, look, she's taken.
She's like,
you.
Yeah, she's taken you. That should have been you.
And
it's your own fault for losing him.
The spoiledness from within starts going.
Yeah,
I agree. And then obviously Maleficent's stuff.
Yeah, that corrupts her more. It's like Maleficent's like,
you should, do stuff here.
Take me, Audrey.
She does because she turns people to stone, sends people to sleep, turns people into beasts, turns people into old hags.
Yeah, I like how there's a lot of different like connections to like a lot of Disney stuff, like for the sleep. Obviously, that's
Sleeping Beauty.
And then obviously turning into a hag, like obviously
Snow White.
Snow White, yeah.
Is there?
Evil Queen Scribes, is it?
The stone one.
That one, I don't really know.
I'm guessing there is like a reference.
Probably somewhere.
I just can't think off the top of my head where the stone came from. But yeah, there is a lot of Easter eggs in this. To obviously all the Disney properties. Obviously, Princess and the Frog. Obviously, I can't think of his name. The dad. Yeah, the one I just remember he's voiced by Oh, what's his fucking name? In like the animated film, he's voiced by Keith David.
Yes.
Who you'll obviously see when we do a certain film next month. But yeah, obviously that character's in this because obviously his daughter's in this. There's obviously other sort of references like at the end, which obviously something we pointing out quite a bit. There's all the holding up the obviously sort of icons, so you can see like
the villains that
you see like a ticking clock with a hook on it, obviously, which is Captain Hook, which we got mixed up with the Queen of Hearts at first. We think it was maybe it's an Alice in Wonderland reference, but then we spotted an actual Queen of Hearts reference. So then I realised it's a hook.
Yeah.
And then you went, yes, TikTok. And obviously the references to all the main characters. So you obviously got quite a DeVille reference for the hood of the car, isn't it?
Yes, you do.
The grill of the car.
And DeVille.
Obviously you got the lamp from Aladdin.
The dragon from
Maleficent. And obviously the apple for Snow White. Obviously for the Evil Queen. And then there's also obviously the reference to Princess and the Frog. And also Lion King.
Yeah, the Scar. The picture literally Scar's head.
Scar's head, which you didn't spot at first, and I had to rewind to say, there's Scar. And you're like, oh shit. Lion King's canon in this universe.
Yeah, so that's somewhere on that is Scar and probably Scar's children.
It would be that thing. You want, wouldn't it, from the Lion King 2 film?
Yes.
Because that was about Scar's kid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I remember that because of State Park. Because when they're like, oh, you ever watched that love story where the two rivals get together? And Butters is like, Lion King 2? Carmen's like, yes, Lion King 2. He's like, I love that movie. But yeah, I'm guessing somewhere. It'd be cool if they ever did like a spin-off to it, obviously focus on other characters.
Yeah.
And you got to meet the Lion King ones.
I wonder
would they be like, as you say, human or animal? I'm guessing that's what you're about to say there.
My guess is they're going to be like a lot like the werewolves in Zombies.
That's what my guess is. Like they have
humans, but they got claws, maybe pointed ears,
and they have like fur, like mane, like on their jackets or
on
something.
On their clothes.
That's going to be my guess if that was like a reveal or something. But that I do like that. There's the subtle references there. That's like really well placed. Obviously, because it's a celebration of everything villain because the whole movie's about them being all accepted now.
Yeah, basically.
Which is pretty cool. Obviously, one of the big parts of this movie is obviously them having to go back to the Isle to go to Hades.
Yeah.
Who obviously is Mal's dad.
That's the big twist that turns out Hades and Maleficent had banged at some point and created Mal, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously they need to go and get the Ember to obviously get the power to defeat Audrey and the staff, because nothing can defeat the staff apart from Hades' Ember.
Yes, which I kind of find that funny that even though as a person, Maleficent is very more stronger, like personality wise, but actual power level, Hades is stronger. Careful.
No. I'm trying to bring it a bit closer because my voice is croaky as hell. So I'm trying to bring it closer so my voice is a bit more better, which I apologise for. My hands lack of sleep.
Oh, yeah,
and
power
you've got a
level.
quiet voice anyway, so
power level. Hades is definitely a lot more stronger than Maleficent. So that means Mal is fucking strong because not only is she a demigoddess, she's also dark fairy as well, dragon. So she's basically a dragon goddess. She's gonna be powerful.
Talking dragons. I think the CGI is is improved in this one.
Definitely.
Apart from the green screen at the end when they're all dancing on the bridge, it's the only bit where I go.
Think the budget went to the dragon.
Ew, but the dragon looks the best it's ever been in
Mal's
this.
look the best.
When you get to see it obviously twice in this.
Yes, you see it
at the start
against Hades
and at the end against obviously Audrey.
Ironic because then she used the dragon in this film against both her parents technically. Obviously, Maleficent's staff and Hades using the Ember. That's quite cool.
I mean, Hades is a pretty cool character in this.
Oh, he's amazing.
He has like the smallest amount of screen time, but he's someone that steals the show when he's on screen.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he was that good. I had this whole spin-off thing they did. It was like it was in like Britain Got Talent and stuff like that. The whole like big talent show and stuff. He was the host, the actual actor, dressed as Hades, because obviously he was a very charismatic character. I mean, that whole song with Mal, he's pretty much just stealing the light.
I mean, he's pretty funny when it comes into the animated wedding one. And then he keeps setting stuff on fire by mistake because his hair keeps lighting stuff. He's like, oh. And he sets the church on fire. He's like, oh no, oh no. But yeah, it's like, he's a pretty cool character. It's definitely like it's one of the ones that steals the show.
Definitely.
The other one is clearly Chad, who's like full on simp in this movie. And then a dog.
Hello, fucking Chad.
And then gets locked away. And then runs away because he's got his freedom. Is she gone? Freedom! But I do love, like, I'm a bit iffy with the beast moment when obviously you see Ben transform into get turned into a beast. I don't know why, it just looks weird. I like it's practical, rather than digital, but it just, I don't know, it just looks weird. I think it looks a bit cheap.
It does look a little bit cheap.
It's as cheap as his Burger King crown.
However, when he like semi comes back and he's got the teeth and the beard and stuff.
I do like when he comes back with the beard and everyone's like, oh. Even Chad's like, oh, Ben.
I like it.
I do like that design. Obviously, adding the beard and the fangs, which is pretty cool. And just like there's a lot of like tweaks and characters that make them good. And obviously, you say when watching it, there's a lot of full circle moments of characters fully developed now, like Carlos confronting the beast and getting the splinter out of his paw, like moments like that. Obviously, Jay dealing with people trying to steal stuff, i.e. Harry, and obviously then befriending Gil, because both of them have the same personality. They're kind of both bulky guys, but both, dumb.
Pretty much dumb, yeah.
You eat berries off a bush? Not really. Nom, nom, nom. You want to go river rafting? Hell yeah.
Them two definitely seem like they'd be great friends.
Yeah. I mean, they're the same character design, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's funny.
One's just the son of Gaston, one's just the son of Jafar. That's it.
I mean, there's a lot of different characters, even like subtle character arcs, like even like Mal accepting, I'll say that, accepting that, yeah, she has a dad, and instead of just trying to ignore him existing, obviously, because she was hurt of him leaving. Obviously, he left because of Maleficent pushing him away.
Obviously, Evie going for her true love.
Yeah.
Obviously, I said Carlos, obviously the dog. Obviously, being good with animals now. Obviously, Jay just being more of a good
team player.
Team player. And obviously Uma.
Getting over
forgiving Mal.
Yeah. No longer bitter about the whole shrimpy stuff. She's realizing. Yeah,
and Hook just being Hook.
Oh, Harry hasn't changed.
No, Harry.
But I like Harry.
Harry just stays the same.
He doesn't need to change.
No, he
perfect.
He has those 1 or 2 moments where it looks like he's going to change, and he's just like, no.
Yeah, it's like, thanks for saving me, gorgeous face.
The only time he's like sort of like actually sort of changes when obviously Mal's fighting as a dragon. Obviously Uma's like, come on, Mal, she's not going to win. And obviously they're both like cheering her on. It's the only time he's ever has a change of character. But it's a shame that we didn't get to see him interact with Smeed.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Because obviously Hook's a big part of that character. Because obviously he's always bullying him, isn't he, essentially?
Yeah, and you've literally introduced the twins.
The twins. The twins that just look like him.
Not they're cosplaying as him, pretty much.
But he looks like he's a hobo and lives on the street.
So they look like...
He looks like he's literally just fell out of a bin. He looks like Craig. I mean, what? Don't worry, Craig, we love you still. Just, don't have kids that look the same as you.
Or steal them, because it does look like...
It does look like he stole the
kids and just put the wigs on them. And like, oh, they're my kids, see? They're matching wigs. I mean, hair. Totally hair.
But yeah, it's quite funny. Especially seeing like how different they both are. Especially at the start, obviously you got one who Obviously more with Carlos, one's more with Jay. And obviously the one with Jay is like petrified, holding on to Jay like a massive grip. It's like, you think about getting into sports? And obviously the one who's with Carlos is obviously just like eating like Carlos.
Yeah,
Just nom nom nom
it's
nom.
like, try this. Ooh, it's fucking Reese's cup.
Go on. And all the other ones are shitting his pants in the front. Like,
You tried Tony.
Tony, that's a kid's game.
That's a kid's game. Right.
But there's a lot of really comedy moments in this.
A lot.
Quite funny. Obviously, when they're having these arguments against each other, and then obviously Evie steps in, like, let's play Icebreaker, and I'm like, oh come on. It's like, Gil, I'll start with. No, he should Harry first.
Yeah,
Harry, I'll start with you.
Lovely
like the accents, and there's like. And I like that Gil eventually is the one that of the side that hates the other side. Is the one that steps up and is like, "Let's play Icebreaker."
Yeah.
And it's like I love, I love the fact you can
those flips and stuff,
jump around and stuff.
And
I love the fact that you love.
I love that you can get a kick out of
eating berries from a bush.
It's like that's when they like
start bonding.
Bonding. It's very. Whole thing is like about being a friendship and obviously being together. It makes you stronger. Obviously, a big thing that's been going on for the first one, second one is that kind of theme, especially the first one of the Four Hearts.
Basically, this is the My Little Pony situation. Friendship always wins. Oh no, Decepticons are destroying everything. Friendship. Well, yeah, it's just basically My Little Pony idea of friendship.
But it is established, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's established that works, obviously, against Maleficent. So I like how it's what's needed against.
Teamwork is obviously what beat Uma. And obviously in this, it's friendship what beats Audrey and kind of kills her for a brief moment before Hades, resurrects her.
He's back now, it's fine.
And that's the point when obviously Mal accepts him as her dad. But yeah, dad.
And showing obviously I like how it's seen as he's not evil. It's more of you make one bad decision,
that's it,
and then you're vilified. But if they make bad decisions, it's such an error judgment. That's I like how he addresses that.
You get the beast off as well, and he's growling against the beast.
He's like,
and both growling against each other. It's like, come on, man, just do your job here.
Fucking hate it.
But yeah, it's definitely it's got humor. It's got some good action moments. It's got much better, apart from that one sequence, better CGI. Characters are fully evolved in this.
Yeah, I mean even visually, like fucking Mal, her hair goes from being just purple to purple with hints of blue to it. Obviously signify the Hades touch. Even her outfit, it's with the green, like her mum's influence. It's like her embracing her dad a bit. That's quite good.
It's got a decent story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it just wraps everything up neatly in a bow that you could literally get away without having any more.
Yeah, like the special for the whole wedding is nice, but we know that they're going to get married now because
you didn't need it.
This is them getting engaged. That's like a little bit extra.
Yeah,
but it's like implied. Yeah, they still get married because obviously they're engaged, which is obviously a big thing. I think it's a big difference in most Disney films. Is that this is a full, like, actual proper adult moment where they're actually getting engaged instead of just the big thing being, oh, they're together. Like in Zombies, it was college.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's
marriage.
They get him married. He's going to become a queen.
Basically. Yeah, it's definitely a nice finale. If you can ignore the wedding movie, that little animated one, you can ignore that. And just focus on this because obviously this is obviously the last time you get to see Carlo.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you ignore that, because obviously he's not been a part of that since obviously he passed away by that point. This is perfect ending for the franchise. Really, this is where it could go out, and a bit like Zombies, this is where the last one it could be the last one, and then other characters get focused on.
That's I mean, like
elsewhere.
I'd rather it be like spin-offs, like other characters, not to focus on the VKs again. Because obviously, with
Like a
Carlos
little
gone.
like a little cameo by him wouldn't be too
Yeah,
bad, but I mean,
like
a
maybe
full story focus on someone else.
yeah, like maybe it's about Mal and Ben's kids, maybe. Like, so in the background, like how Belle and Beastar, they take a step back,
Yeah,
be about them. That'd be nice.
that'd be interesting to see.
Mm.
But there's obviously it's the Lion King characters and stuff.
Be
Characters
nice.
obviously Milan's dog to do
And
her.
we do see a lot of other characters in the spin-off, like that they did with the web-based series. You see a lot of different characters. Like there's like the genie's like daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see a lot about her. There's a whole song they did of it was what's her name? Area. What her name is? That's not. A song that she did, a genie in a bottle.
Oh no, they did that.
And then the spin-off, and that's her finding obviously.
I know that there's 2 songs that they did that were remakes of covers of actually. Obviously, Genie in a Bottle was one. Obviously, What Doesn't Kill You Make You Stronger.
Yeah.
That was obviously the one they did as a cover.
The Genie in a Bottle one, it does actually just her trying to find the genie's daughter. And that's quite cool. And it's a lot of characters they can focus on.
Yeah, so we'll see. Obviously, this time they'd have the budget of Disney Plus behind it, like Zombies 3 did.
What Zombies 3 did, so
they did really well with it. I don't think of anything else. Anything else you want to bring up?
I don't think so. Like I said, this is pretty much like a good final circle. It's a good final film.
Everything's wrapped up
neatly
with a bow on top.
There's no threads that I think that's left loose.
Apart from what happened to Milan's daughter.
Yeah, but even then, that could be seen as
she was there somewhere. She just wasn't.
Yeah.
In plan. She was just doing something else.
We were focusing on something else.
Or she went back to her mom or something.
Yeah, maybe at the time she was visiting her mom, or she was part of the people who were asleep, and we just don't see her. But she is involved. We don't really know. But like apart from that bit, there's nothing really left loose.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else?
I think that's it. I mean, there's not really much. It's a good It's a good final film. It's really to say, really, because that's what it is.
The final Descendants movie.
Might be some spin-offs, possibly, because they were talking about it.
I think there were. Yes, they were talking about.
Either spin-offs
some point. I know. It was either that, or it's when they were talking about the wedding one. So I know that obviously we spoke about something at that point, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to do something about the wedding." And obviously, I turned it back to animated movie, which was all right. It just was a bit janky animated.
Yeah, a lot of the Disney animated ones are a lot janky now. I don't know why. I think they're trying to go for that interesting style, what they think is interesting, but that's the same kind of like thing that I did with Zombies.
Yeah,
that one, like janky animated thing. I think it's probably quicker because it was because of COVID as well,
and cheaper. Very much cheaper.
That probably affects it as well.
Spoke about everything we can think of. We'll go straight to the ratings then. I'd stick it in the region of where I put the second film. Which technically I gave an exact 8. But since that was a case of rounding, so if I gave an 8.5, it'd round up to 9. So that would have been like an 8.4. And I'm going to stick on the same level. So I'd give it an 8.4 out of 10, which is obviously a silver. I don't think it's pushing for that 9. And I don't think it's better than the second one. The second one is a pretty good film. So I'd definitely put it on par with it. A bit like with Zombies 2 and 3, I'd put them on the same sort of level-ish. But if I was to push one over the other one, I'd probably push 2 over 3.
Okay. I mean, I will agree. Like, I do prefer the second one. It's very complicated. Like, there are certain songs in this one that I love and are completely obsessed with. They are really great, and there's some big moments in this film which are really great. I love Mal's designs, but 2 for me will always be a better version. It's got more I don't know. I prefer the second one, but this one's still really, really fucking good. I would give it. I think it reaches that 9. I think, but
We haven't gone below a 9 yet for this franchise.
but I'd say it's probably be like 9.6.
9.6.
Still really fucking good, and I like this film.
No,
But
there's a fan website.
Give me points. 9.6.
9.6.
Yeah, I think
Let's have a look.
it's really good final film.
Bookmarks.
Hayley is a great addition.
Average calculator.
So
So
yeah.
we've got 8.4.
And
And we've got 9.6. Okay. Apparently, according to his average calculator, that gives Descendants 3 the Chat Cave overall rating of 9. Bang on.
Nice.
Bang on 9.
Bang
which is a
on
golden
9.
egg. So yeah. Okay, MVP.
Oh.
I want to say Evie again.
Yeah.
She stands out the most again. She's the one that brings them all together.
Throughout the film, the whole point is bringing Uma and Mal
together.
and the gangs together.
She does perfectly. Like she spends the entire time doing it. Like
yeah.
Go.
And that moment when she's heartbroken when Mal betrays her.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Obviously, Mal.
Come on, guys, we need to be friends.
Yeah.
Want some gum?
I want gum.
No?
Okay. Oh, I mean, like obviously that moment when Mal, obviously.
Hold on. No. Carry on.
Yeah, so that moment when Mal was very like, oh, we can't like let any more kids from the aisle because it's a danger.
That was a moment that
and that
she
moment
destroyed
Evie,
the friendship.
Proper heartbroken. Like you lied to me. And it's like definitely she was the most emotional, most their character. Definitely deserved the.
And then runner up.
Or
Hades.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say. I don't think Hades gets the MVP because he wasn't in it as much.
Yeah, if he had more scenes, I think he would definitely be MVP. But what he's there for, he fucking kills it.
Yeah,
so
I definitely think he definitely gets the nod for runner up this time. I just don't think. Yes, he outshines a lot, but I don't think he outshines that emotional. Evie arc of both the love of Doug and obviously the betrayal from Mal.
He definitely I think like overall he outshines Maleficent definitely. Maleficent was a very like cartoony villain, where he's more like the cool, like edgy kind of.
I mean,
villain,
look at his outfit. I mean,
I do like as well his outfit shows where obviously Mal gets her grunge style from, because her outfit, like based on the first one, is very like fantasy mixed with grunge. Fantasy from my mother and the grunge from my dad. Nice little mix.
And then favourite moment.
Ooh.
There's a couple of decent moments. Ooh. There's just a few. There's that many horror moments. I'm just trying to. Oh, you know, I'm gonna go to that one because it's quite funny. Obviously, you get the moment where obviously Harry and Gil steal the bikes, and then you got the moment where like, "Where's our bikes?" Oh yeah, we crashed them.
Crashed them in the water. Fucking.
That was quite a funny moment.
We crashed them.
I think that was quite funny.
So.
Yeah, definitely that's quite like a funny moment. It's like it just shows how dumb they are. Like they get given like something new and they break it instantly. And it also adds that divide a bit more between everyone. Like, well, you stole our stuff and you broke it. Fuck you. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna say that.
I would say the big emotional moment when obviously everyone finds out that Mal, obviously Ed said no more kids from the island. It was her idea. It's not only because of Evie being so heartbroken, but all of them are really. I mean, you can see obviously how, like, Uma's like, shouldn't have trusted you. You know? It's a big, sad moment and very heartwarming. Yeah, very emotional and very. I think it deserves my best moment. Okay. For that or just every single scene Hades is in, but you know, I already do that. Go for the emotional moment.
Oh, I forgot to say before we got to that bit. Which was better, Zombies 3 or Descendants 3?
Oh,
I'd say Descendants 3.
same. I love Zombies 3 because
But I'd put Descendants 3.
the music's like on repeat right now. Descendants 3 is just.
I love how Descendants 1 and 3 I put above Zombies 1 and 3, but I put Zombies 2 above Descendants 2. It's the only one that's won the argument so far. Okay, for the last time, favourite musical moment. I'm going to go quickly first because I know yours. I'm going to say Nightfall.
Nightfalls.
Nightfalls because it's a battle one. It's a bit different to the battle one from last time where it was more piratey or swinging around. And
there's more.
This is more like knights battling, and it is the moment where they're starting to come together as a unit now. So obviously they start off at the start of the song broken apart.
Yeah.
Trying to fight with each other, and obviously Evie's the one coming like, come on, look guys,
Yeah.
we've got bigger fish to fry, put your differences aside, now we're on the same side. And she takes the cue in this song, in my opinion.
Because she's the
middle one. I mean, you got them all battling around and she's just there like waving a sword in the air. It's like, you could help them, but nope.
I like how the change as well between them. Like I've seen the lyrics, it goes from "watch your back" to "I got your back" at the end. I got your back.
So I do like that, and obviously it leads to that whole battle, and it leads to a funny dance off at the end, and like forcing the knights to do some weird boogieing before like they kick them into a big pile. It's quite funny. Yeah, I definitely think Nightfalls is my favourite one, but there is some really good ones. Obviously, the one you choose is like definitely second best, and I definitely think One Kiss is the third best in my opinion.
I love that song, but you know, my one is "Do What You Gotta Do."
Do What You Gotta Do. The Hades and Mal sing off.
Yeah,
I agree. That's definitely up there.
It's brilliant because obviously we get the core part of her character. Obviously, is her parents, and we get to see the father side of it and all the daddy issues she's got and stuff like that. And you do see a lot of it's coming through, and you see him being very like try being with your mum.
Yeah.
I think that's their turning point where he starts to realise he does care for his daughter, and it's kind of his way of.
I mean, there's that one lyric of him basically like, oh, maybe we are the same.
Yeah.
And then let's dance.
But it's also him being
very. Where did tambourine come from?
I love how extravagant he is. He's very like, show off.
It's like, where the fuck's a tambourine come from? But yeah, I definitely think it would be our most second best one, in my opinion. Okay then. That covers Descendants 3, and that ends our Disney Channel / Disney Plus original movie.
For now.
But no, that's it for quite a while.
Musical?
It was on my list for idea for next year, but I replaced it with something else that is kind of a bit better, in my opinion. Well, I'll show you in a bit, because again, subject to change. Have you seen Descendants 3? What do you think of it? Enjoy it? Put your comments and even your rating. Put a rating in the comments below, because we want to see the difference between us and you. So yes, we may be out of the Disney Channel original content now, but we're moving on to another kids channel original content, because we're going from Disney to Cartoon Network, because we're going to do the 2 Ben 10 movies. So
obviously
next week we're going to be covering obviously Ben 10 Race Against Time, the live action adaptation of the original series. It's kind of an adaptation of the last episode when he goes back to school. But obviously changed completely because it's
a different universe.
Yeah, there's obviously the aspects of that last episode of the animated show of he's gone back to school now, and he's just dealing with obviously everything at school. But obviously it's a different universe. But it's that idea. A new
character which gets so confusing in the later series.
Yep. So they added him into the later animated show, don't they? Eventually,
he was in Ultimate Alien, where he was revealed he's Ben.
Yes, I remember.
And then they kind of scrap that, but then also kind of keep it. It's very confusing.
Yes, next week we'll be covering Ben 10, and hopefully I will be a bit louder.
I will still be very biased.
I didn't say biased, I said louder.
And I'll be very biased.
Hopefully I've actually had sleep.
You'll be louder, I'll still be biased.
Of course you will. I'll be giving the neutral opinion on it, and you'll be giving the biased opinion on it.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Obviously.
Until we get to my choices, and then I get to be the biased one, you get to be the neutral one. There's a few of those
as
coming
it normally
up.
is.
Yeah. So next week we'll be covering that. I think that covers everything. I can't think of anything else, so we'll see you for the Ben 10 one next week.
Bye.